And go. Winners finals is off. Regalo and Sonix. Honestly, Regalo, the run of a lifetime today. Definitely a surprise run to see this guy in the winners side finals. And you've got a tall task ahead of you. It's Sonix, the man who has barely been dropping games. Did have a game 5 set up against Lima. Naturally in that matchup, but for the most part it's Sonix. We've talked about him enough. Everyone watching the Smash players know Sonix enough.
Love him or hate him, you know who he is.
Exactly, yeah. I talked about this before. I think a lot of the hate goes more towards the character rather than Sonix
we got to spend some time with him, coolest dude ever.
Chill guy, super chill guy.
Completely normal, chill, super fun to talk to, and gets on the sticks and is an absolute weapon. So we're going to see if he can keep the winner bracket run. This is a book you spot in Grand Finals. It is the winners finals, as Fundy said. So let's see what either one of these players has cooked up. Looks like a nice early lead for Sonix, but the first game, usually a bit of a feeling out process. You got to kind of get used to the matchup, get used to what you're going against. And I think Regalo, part of that championship winning win drop squad earlier. So I'm sure Sonix is a phone to pick with him.
Yeah, that's true. I'm honestly right.
Half the bracket.
Yeah, like we were over here with the singles, right? Didn't get to catch every single game of the cruise, but not sure actually how much action Regalo got in the crew battle.
He had a couple nice. I remember.
That's true. Yeah, I did see him on stage. I just mean in terms of the best of 5. How many like within that? Obviously, we did see a lot from Lima. A lot from Anarchy as well. Anarchy had a crazy run.
He had one of the best games this morning I've ever seen. Genuinely.
Yeah, that was pretty nuts for sure. And over here in the winners finals, it's Regalo who's been keeping up.
Yeah.
Pace for pace with Sonix right now.
Fireball. Right now, though, Sonix is going to slightly fall, or rather gain the lead back just a little bit, though. This is exactly the kind of matchup we thought we were going to see, especially later in the bracket. I'm not expecting to see any stomps anymore. I'm expecting, even if it's going to be a 3-0 or a 3-1, very, very close games that could very well go either way. It's the nature of the game, the nature of how good these players are. It comes down to execution, not letting the nerves get the best of you, and trying to finish that championship run.
Yeah, honestly, Regalo. Tough situation off stage. Oh, the spring off of the uppy is just such a good option, and it's something that gives Sonix so much more agency on stage.
Yeah, Sonix has enough agency as is. Give this guy a little more room to work with, and we're going to see a nice little, what is this, Lima versus Cheja? They're going to go taking off to the side of the stage. It is going to go the way of Sonix for stock 1 in the winners finals.
Yeah, DK Thunder not going to go exactly where you want it, and great from Sonix to be able to just kind of get down there and contest and keep themselves alive at the same time. Nice little stock lead here in game 1, and now you can go back to just Sonic mode and start spin dashing, forward airing, and racking up that percent. Yes, much too slow. But Regalo here on the Lucas has a lot of options to find those kills, especially on Sonic, not the heaviest character by any means.
Listen, this little blonde boy got some attitude, and he's got some serious power in his hands as well. So Regalo, great job to get that stock back. But Sonix has consistently kept that 60-70% lead for a lion's share of the game, just keeping him at arm's reach, keeping him just a little bit too far away. Not going to be quite in kill threat yet. Sonix, once again, working the side of the stage, done such a good job all day. I mean, said enough about Sonix as is, and right now, looking to just play a same pace. It has definitely been a longer game. This has been one of Sonix's longer games, funny enough.
Yeah, it oddly...
Him and Lima just fist fought.
Yeah, we were expecting the Lima set to have some long games in it, and there were a few in the 5 games, but for the most part, it was very, very scrappy, whereas here, we're 4 minutes into this game now, and still 2 stocks apiece. But Regalo is dangerously close to really anything, and you can see all the spin dashes being charged up, just Sonic's waiting.
Yeah, he's just trying to, it's like throwing feints. You want to try to scare him, trick him into thinking you're going one way, you know, sneak left, zag right, try to go about it a bunch of different ways, and Sonix has been doing a very good job controlling the pace of play, controlling center stage, kind of making Regalo play at his pace and at his style right now, and that's going to get him that 1 stock lead. That's going to set him up nicely in this game 1, but we know how hard Lucas can hit. That damage can fly through, so Regalo, little work to do, but not completely done yet.
Yeah, he's definitely still in this one. I think a big thing is getting over the just engaging with Sonix, trying to close that gap, trying to move past the neutral game and move past the spin dash. That's the biggest hurdle, of course, And we've seen him have a few options for it. PK Fire is a good one, but if Sonix is ready, he can kind of pop it a little early and jump over that, and we've seen him do that once or twice. But for the most part, PK Fire has been what's been stuffing these when he does actually get close enough to shut down the spin dash, but you have to close the gap even enough for the PK Fire.
Yeah, and Sonix right now is very happy to kind of play this slow game. I low-key think he might be trying to play the clock to some degree because right now he's got that stock lead. He knows he's in the catbird seat. He's only got to wait a little more time. Just slowly get this chip damage. You'll eventually get this Lucas into that kill threat range. But if Regalo can put together a nice combo, maybe land that PK Fire off to the side, he can maybe set himself up to mount his comeback and try to steal this game one. He's got to go for it, though.
Yeah, that's true.
It's hard to catch Sonic.
Yeah, you're too slow. How are you going to do it?
You need a big net. Some fast hands.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, Regalo just literally can't catch up to Sonic all over the stage. Stray hits here and there, but for the most part, there's still a stock in between them. And the percentage keeps going up for Regalo. It's that stock in the game, and has yet to really even it out. He's putting Sonix in some difficult situations, but for the most part, Sonic still just seems unfazed. He goes back to his game right here. 36 seconds left. Timeout is very, very possible right now.
It is more than likely a possibility right now. 108 on Regalo, but the way Sonix is playing, which is his typical play style, he's not really trying to go for anything crazy. He knows this game is essentially locked up for him. I don't think he's expecting to get 2 stocks taken in a span of 18 seconds, especially getting that percentage reset back down to 0. So we may actually have the first timeout of the day, and ironically enough, it probably will be Sonix. 135 on Regalo. Sonix not able. Regalo, though, realized no point. Might as well just essentially pack it in there. It was over anyways.
8 seconds left on the clock, right? You're kind of just, you know that one's going to end. You're not taking 2 stocks in 8 seconds. And Sonix, the first one that we've really seen go necessarily to the depths like that, and is perfectly content playing his game.
Listen, we're in the later stage of the bracket.
It's winners finals. All bets are off. There's $5,000 prize pool on the line. Like, this isn't. Yeah, it's not time to mess around. It's, you know, this is how Sonic plays. Unfortunately for us here who are trying to, you know,
and Regalo.
And Regalo, but unfortunately, you know, not exactly the most exciting way to play, but
effective.
Yeah, unfortunately, just effective.
Play good for 4 minutes, get an early lead, and then coast.
Yeah. And Regalo, every time he gets some kind of early percentage, once Sonix gets into, you know, questionable territory, whether it be like 70, 80%, that's when he really starts the camp game with the spin dash. And that's what Regalo has been looking for the whole time. Now, that's looking more like the Regalo we saw in semis and quarters.
And it's hard to even say that Regalo wasn't. Like, he was trying to get Sonic's last round. He was doing everything he could to close the distance, get that damage. So it's not like there was a lack of aggression. He just kind of got outmanned by the character and the way that matchup kind of goes. So I like that he's coming out hair on fire. He knows he's got to try to get this game back, not want to try to drop any more games to Sonic. Go down 2-0 in a game like this. You're asking a lot of yourself. You are going to have that second chance at life, both of these individuals. So potentially have a win-drop Civil War losers, or have that rematch of Trues up in the solos finals. But right now, Sonix is going to be down 2 stocks. Percentage is starting to climb, and I love Regalo. I love how he's come out game 2.
Yeah, completely changed the game from that first one. And we're at prime back air percent off the ledge is all I'm saying here. Sonic, you got to be pretty concerned about this one, especially with the PK Fires sending you as far as they do at this point. Great control of the ledge, and Regalo not giving an inch this game. Game 2, the story of the weekend has been Game 2 adaptations, and to change the expectations of how any series is going to go. We've seen so many players do that. Regalo is no different with the PK Thunder. Might be able to set himself up for something, but that up B from Sonix is very easy for him to just bully that Lucas down there who's trying to recover.
Very easy and very annoying because you have to recover 4, 5, 6 times because these guys are so good. They're able to keep getting the resets. Sonix, though, is going to get taken out there. So Regalo, great job. Gets that stock back right away. Puts himself back in that leadership position. Although Sonix is getting this damage relatively high. He's been doing a lot of good work off the right side of this stage. It's about keeping that consistency, though. And that was a great play out of Regalo. Getting a little percentage back up there. Just has the one more stock to lock us at once.
Up smash, gonna land. Regalo from a game one that went literally to time, essentially. It took it to time, whereas in game two, Regalo finished that in less than 3 minutes and with a 2-stock lead at that.
And now I want to see if Regalo's thinking, this guy only beat me because he timed me out. I just couldn't really get my hands on him. I couldn't really do what I wanted. I couldn't really play the game, to be honest. Like, he was trying. He was trying everything because he was down a stock. He knew he had to close the distance. He tried everything in his power. Game two, though, he said, I'm coming out. I'm throwing hands. I'm going to get that early lead, then try and time me out.
And an early spike kill like that with the back air is one of those things that gets your momentum going. It gets your juices going. The adrenaline starts running through your veins, and you feel like nothing can stop you. Flow state, what we call it in esports very commonly.
Now we're going to see what is Game 3 going to hold. The Game 2 adjustments, as you said, they have been a hallmark story of the entire day. Dozens of players essentially making these adjustments. The evolution of the games on the fly throughout the day as the matchups have evolved, as the bracket has progressed as well. Right now, Sonix dominant early game.
Yeah, not trying to have Regalo start with the same gravitas as Game 2 there. And Sonix just trying to make a statement and saying, okay, hold on. This shouldn't be a tied series right now, Regalo. You might have had a solid game to yourself, but I'm going to come back swinging. I'm not done just yet, even on the same stage, too.
Yeah, great job by Sonix, straight into the Jumbotron. Beautiful job to find that first stock. So he's going to pick up that early lead. And now it might be a little tricky for Regalo. He had a little bit of issues closing the distance in game one, and understandably so. It's very, very tough to do so against Sonix. But now you're down to stock. You know what Sonix is looking to do. He's looking to get the early lead and just play chip damage central with you the rest of the way. Ride the clock out, play safe, play confident, and then try to get the win that way.
Yeah, it's just another way you can find those wins. The stock lead is something that Sonix gets to just chill with for so long now. And going deep as well, he's able to do that. I think that was the homing attack, the neutral B.
I think so.
I could just barely
in the
see
little
it.
picture,
In the little zoom in there, the magnifying glass over in the blast zone. But yeah, I believe it was homing attack that took that, and with Sonic's great vertical recovery, you're able to just send it straight back to stage. And honestly, doing what Regalo just did to Sonix immediately back to him.
Yeah, and I like this out of Sonix because the first game, you didn't really have to do a whole lot. It was fairly uninteractive, but now this game 3, he's like, okay, I'm going to show you. I can put these hands on you. I can get this early lead, and then I can also go for the kill shot as well, which he has done a great job trying to set up. Only 40% left on Regalo. Sonix, yeah, you're kind of trapped there, buddy. There's not really anywhere you're going to go. Regalo is going to finally grab that stock. Not out of the woods yet. It's still somewhat playable, but he's got to be safe, and ultimately Sonix, he has every advantage in the world right now.
That's true, but Regalo's not done just yet. There is a tech on the stage from Sonix, so he's going to get out of that for the time being. Can't just sit at the ledge for too long. We saw the last time at the ledge, that down smash ended up being Sonix's undoing for the first stock. Regalo, though, because of game 2, I think it's possible to see this one come through, but at the same time, the lead has just been built up so strong right now from Sonix.
Got him.
Undeniable. Honestly, silencing the haters, silencing the doubters that say Sonix can't play aggressive. Sonic is a lame character. I just saw an even faster gameplay, faster pace of gameplay than Regalo gave us in game 2, and going even deeper off the stage as well. And yeah, less than 4 minutes more than 4 minutes left on the clock, less than 3 minutes in that game here. Another quick one, and
the last two were shorter than the one.
Yeah, that's actually insane to think about.
And I like that. That felt like a statement game out of Sonix. That was kind of like maybe the wake-up call in game 2 where he's like, okay, like, yeah, I can play passive, but yeah, like you said, I can also put this on you. I can put some pace on you. I can really start to show what I am actually made of, and I'm going to try to book my ticket into Grand Finals, and he is one game away from doing so, locking up that first Grand Final spot, sending Regalo down to duel with the Winthrop Brethren.
Whoa. Hold on, something might get started from Regalo there. Playing really calmly right now, but Sonix, slowly but surely, the percentage racks up. It's not crazy. It's never crazy combos from Sonix. You might see the occasional, like, 3 up airs and a juggle or something like that.
Tappy.
But yeah, it's like a spin dash into nair, spin dash into forward air, and then back to it, right? And keep playing that neutral, weaving in and out. Use the speed to your advantage. Barely taking any percent and already taking that first stock.
Yeah, that was I didn't even realize how clean he was actually playing, but he ended up getting that first stock with, I mean, relative ease. It was basically flawless, as you just noted. Now, this is the time for Regalo. You're down 2-1. You're down to stock. You're basically down a full percentage as well. You've really got to try to find the angle, find what was working back in Game 2, or honestly, maybe just play angry. Game 2, it felt like he was pissed off about what happened in Game 1, wanted to shut Sonix up and show him, listen, buddy, we are here to play a fighting game. We're not here to fight for 4 minutes and then run away for 3.
Yeah, honestly, we're here to throw hands. We're here to seek action. And I got to be honest, both Regalo and Sonix have definitely stepped up in terms of the action department in some of these games. And Sonix spending a lot less time charging the spin dash, a lot more time actually spin dash. Pretty nice to see.
Yeah, when you actually use the move instead of, using it for show, it does look cool. It makes a great sound as well. Very, very satisfactory. And
it shuts down an approach, too. Like, that's the main tool, right? You can try to approach the spin dash, but you know there's going to be an active hitbox coming through. You know that there's combo potential after it. But now, actually just utilizing them, and already you're seeing the percentage lead rack up, the stock lead. Sonix, such a strong game right now. And right, this is grand finals point for Sonix.
So far.
This is grand finals point, or winners finals point, trying to head in to grand finals on the winner's side as well. So no need for a reset, whether it be whoever comes from the loser's side. You want to stay in the winner's side in that grand finals. Whoever comes from the loser's side has to have that reset. You don't want to be the player in that position. Regalo keeps living, too. This is something new from him. PK freeze. First one we've seen to actually hit for the kill from Regalo this weekend. And that's something that he rarely pulls out at the ledge, too. We often see him usually just stand there, might throw out a few forward airs for spacing, cover the jump option, stuff like that. But honestly, committing to the PK fire sometimes or the PK freeze sometimes is necessary. Yeah, because when it connects like that, it is absolutely class, and it's going to basically guarantee you that kill. But he's still got a little bit of work to do. He's sitting at about $160%, so he's got to see if he can stop anything. Spin dash is going to connect on him. Center that far side left. Yeah, boot to the face. 2-1 lead for Sonix. Potentially the last game of winners finals. He's just got to get one more stock off Regalo. And Regalo, you got to dig deep, or you're going to go have to partake in yet another civil war. That's true, actually. I forgot that it's actually, no, it was Jackal and Lima waiting down there. Oh, Jackal and Lima first. They still have to play. Yes. I completely forgot. I forgot it was Jackal and Lima before it was, Yeah, no shade to Jackal, because he's actually popping off later in the day now. Yeah, 100%. And that'll be a good matchup to watch up next, too. And we'll have the follow-up ready for that immediately after, only to be succeeded by Grand Finals. Now, I got to be honest, I talked about the speed of this set really amping up, but in this game, we've definitely went back to a little bit more campy. At the same time, though, it's given Sonix this amazing lead in his final game, so can't be too mad about it. Sonix has really tightened up his game these last 2.5 games. It is significantly different. Game 1 definitely played his typical style. He got I think he just wanted to do that at least. Let me get my one game under my belt. Then I at least have a lead. I have a buffer, and then I can start to go to work. And grand finals for Sonix, the first one to book his ticket. Regalo down to the losers. The lead he has, a stock lead in that last game. He's hitting form. It means an easy win for him. 3-1. Lots of 3-1s in this. It just in this top 8 in general seems to just be the prime number right there for some of these sets. Sonix gonna be the raid boss, the final battle waiting in grand finals in that winner's side.